Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. So today we're talking about my most played Switch game, which is the fantastic Civilization 6 for the Nintendo Switch, which was released in November 2018. We got all the DLC in November 2019, and somewhere in between that year we got all the cloud saves, so you're able to play on the Switch and then save it from PC and vice versa. So we're going to look at some gameplay. I'm going to talk about why you should buy the game, why I've spent so many hours playing the game on the Switch. So without further ado, let's make a start on this review and let's look at Civilization 6 for the Nintendo Switch. Let's talk about what the main aim of Civilization 6 is. So the goal is to become a world power. Now there are a number of different ways that you can do this. So you can do that just by using military force. You can do that through technological advances. And then you can also do that through cultural influences as well. Now the game starts off from an early settlement and then it takes you all the way through to the modern day and then beyond that as well. So my favourite way to play is to always choose to win through technology. I don't really enjoy maybe the fighting elements. It's a fun part of the game, but I like games to last as long as possible. So I always choose to try and win through technology and then choosing different elements as you go through. What to select first, what to build first is really important when you're trying to win the game. And then also when you're coming to create the game itself, you can choose different size maps, you can choose which world you're going onto the map on as well. So there's loads of different ways you can set up a game. Talk about why I like the game so much, particularly on the Switch. Now, I've played this game always in handheld mode. I've never had it through the TV, it's always gone through the Switch and onto handheld mode. Now the reason why that is because when you're playing a turn-based game like this, a lot of the time you're not actually doing anything. And that's why I like the game so much on the Switch. I'm able to have it in front of me, I can stick an episode of maybe The Office on, or a film, or I can just put the football on in the background, but I'm still able to do some gaming. I am not 100% absorbed by the game. It's still a really fun game to play, but I may be able to do other stuff as well. And that's why I think it fits the Switch so perfectly. Your load times are going to vary from game to game, and obviously console to PC. So if you've chosen to do an extra large level with a lot of people playing the game, the load times are obviously going to be much longer, but you do get to listen to Sean Bean talking. So if you like that, maybe that's the reason to get the game. And obviously, if you're playing this on Switch, it's going to be slightly slower compared to when you're playing it on the PC. But I haven't really noticed any issue with the load times. If you're a little bit short of time, maybe choose to just do a slightly smaller map, but you're not going to save that much time if you do that. It does seem a little bit odd to talk about graphics for a game like this, but I don't feel I would be doing my job as a reviewer if I don't just mention the graphics a little bit. So obviously there's going to be slight graphical variations depending what you're playing it on. We're playing it on the Switch. I think it looks great. Like I say, it's not a game that you kind of pick up and think, I really hope the graphics look absolutely amazing. You obviously want them to be good because it's 2021 and you want the games to look good and play good. But this game isn't something that you pick up for the graphics. It's more of a digital board game. The fighting, things like that, they're quite basic when you're playing it. The building's quite basic as well. But that's to be expected with a game like this. I still personally think it looks great. And I've had so much fun playing this game for I don't know how many hours I've put into this game. But it's not something I bought for the graphics anyway. As with any game I review for the Nintendo Switch on this channel, everything I've reviewed is done from handheld mode. I don't really use the Switch on the TV. I've always played in handheld mode. So I think it's important just to discuss the battery life as well for this game. So I've had my Switch since day one, so I've got a V1 Switch. So when I'm playing this game, I get around about 3.5 hours of gameplay from 100% to sort of 2 or 3% before I put it back on charge, which I think is about right. Maybe if you've got the V2 Switch, you might get a little bit more out of it. And I'm not sure about the Switch Lite as well, but this is taken from the V1 Switch, and I get about 3.5 hours of gameplay when I'm playing. When I originally got the game, I did pay £50 for it. That was just a couple of weeks after it was released. Since the DLC came out about 14 months ago, the price of the game has started to slowly come down. Now, it used to be very difficult to get the game physically, not paying £50. I have seen it in a lot of shops now for between £20 and £30, and it is going into the eShop as well quite regularly. So you can pick this game up for roughly about £30, and then obviously if you want to buy the DLC after that, you can. I haven't bought the DLC just because the base game for me, there's so much to do anyway. I haven't really felt the need to actually go and buy any of the DLC. So you're looking at about £30 if you want to purchase this game physically, and then digitally, probably roughly the same as well, depending if it goes in the eShop again. Thanks a lot for watching, everyone. Let me know in the comments below what your most played Switch game is. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel as well to really help it to grow. And I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.